And this is the one I've just rebuilt. To see 3/4 0.75 of an inch. It's the original for this early TR4 that I'm doing, and I discovered that the BrakeMaster cylinder was 0.7. It should be 0.75, the same as that, exactly the same mechanism inside. So I've had to resort to buying a replacement. I want this one, only one I can get from Rimmer Brothers. Looks very nice, but obviously it's not marked by Girling or anything. 2 bands on it there. 3 bands is for the 0.75, but as it's not marked like that. Now, while I've stripped everything out, I've repainted this the box there that holds it all, and I'll now proceed to replace everything and put everything back in. Now putting in the ClutchMaster cylinder, first of all you have to obviously push the rubber through before you get the main body in into that, so that can go back on again now that it's in. But one thing, a little bit of flexibility before you start putting the bolts into to secure it into here, is to start the thread on your hydraulics, because if it's not perfectly lined up, yeah, that's starting to go in there. Let's use the proper snap-on spanner to tighten that up. Make sure that is going in. Just sometimes it's difficult to get the thread to start, so that'll tighten up now. I can now put in the top and bottom screw. One thing that I do with the bottom one, I cut a groove into it, because it's very, very difficult to get to, and you can get a screwdriver in and pull that through, and obviously when you're dismantling, push it back out again. So that's a little tip on that. I'll get this one in, and then we'll do the master cylinder for the... Right, that's the first one in. All the threads I've cleared with a 5/16 tap there, so that everything will go in nice and easy. So if there's any dirt that was in there, a bit of paint, because this has been repainted, that clears it so that you don't struggle when you're putting everything back in. Now that's the ClutchMaster cylinder in. Sorry, it's a bit battered, but part of the original. Spring, note which side the spring goes to keep the thrust central. Split pin in. With this one, the bolt at the nut at the bottom there. Bolt. It is accessible with this one, but notoriously inaccessible when you put the last one in. But I'll show you a way around. I did use the method with the slotted bolt, so that worked very well. Now, one thing that you'll find when you're putting this one in is that it's notoriously difficult to get. You've got no room in here to get your spanner in, so to tighten everything up. So leave it loose, and you've got just that little bit of room where you can get your spanner in to tighten it up. I'll use an ordinary 11mm until I get to the final bit, so you can just get that in. You can move it around, but it is very, very tight in there to get this tightened up. And so on until it's tight. I'll show you the next thing. Now, the trickiest bolt to get in is the one right underneath there. You've got to get access from the back. All the combined brain power that I had with British Leyland when they were designing this, if this captive nut had been put the other side of that, it'd been so much easier just to put a bolt in from there, and everything is accessible. Everything is in the way. These are in the way. trying to get at those at the back to tighten them up, just a nightmare. What I do is, as I said, I put a cross in that one to help it, but I've shortened put a square on both ends to use an 11mm spanner on it. This is obviously a 1/2 inch bolt, so with that on you can get it in, and with a bit of just get it into that to get it started, and then tighten it up, and then I can use an open-ended spanner on that end just to do. If you look in there, that I'm using the screwdriver on the crosshead just to draw that in. That will, that's far enough now. I can use the open-ended spanner now just to do the part. There it is, all in, greased up and everything tight. Worked nice pulling that through with the screwdriver, and then the final tightening up all went well. I've changed to put my original one on off the old unit, so that they look both equally battered, in keeping with the car.